the news, and COVID has the ability to mutate pretty easily. And so some of those different variations have different characteristics. The CDC has different classifications for the different variants and how concerned we are about them. They actually have a 3-tiered classification system. They have variants of interest, variants of concern, and variants of high concern. So right now we don't have any variants of high concern, but we are tracking a number of variants of concern. The most prevalent one right now is the Delta variant that you've probably heard about on the news. So the Delta variant is of particular concern because it is much more transmissible. So if you remember a while ago, we were talking about the UK variant, which has now been reclassified as the Alpha variant. And that one was about 50% more transmissible than the strains that we had been seeing previously. The Delta variant is another approximately 50 to 60% more transmissible again than the Alpha variant, or what was previously named the UK variant. So the Delta variant is very, very infectious, which means it has a high ability to spread quite quickly and infect people more rapidly. So this underscores the importance of vaccination and making sure that we are putting up essentially a human wall of people that it can't be transmitted to halt the spread of this highly transmissible strain. It does have a few different features about it as far as how people present or what kind of symptoms people have. So it's still very common to have the headache, sore throat, fever, cough, as with the other coronavirus variants, but this one is a little bit different. Based on the symptom reports, people are reporting less loss of taste or smell and more runny nose with this particular variant. So even if you don't have the loss of taste or smell and you have slightly different symptoms than what's been reported previously, I would still encourage you to get a COVID test just to be sure. We do have Delta cases in Fishers. We are seeing more every week that they're reported. Not 100% of cases are typed as far as which variant they are, so I can't tell any individual person what variant they have. Those cases are becoming more prevalent across the state and across the country. It is now, Delta variant is actually now the predominant strain across the country. So the best protection that you can have is through vaccination. So I would strongly encourage you, if you've been on the fence and waiting to get vaccinated, please do get vaccinated as soon as you possibly can. This is our best defense as a population, as a city, and as individuals to protect us from not just this variant, from any of the variants that are out there right now. The vaccines have been still shown to be highly effective against the Delta variant and other variants. They may not be as effective as they were against the previous strains. The previous strains weren't as transmissible, but they're still going to offer you very, very good protection against the most serious side effects of COVID that can happen for some people, including hospitalization and death. So if you're vaccinated and you're worried about Delta variant or any of these other variants of concern, we have some good news, and that is that we have very high rates of vaccination so far here in Fishers. I will say that we're not at the point that we want to be and that we need to be in order to have really strong protection for our community. So I would encourage any of you on the fence to please get vaccinated as soon as possible. But we are in a better position than many of the communities around us. You're still going to have really good protection from this virus. Now, if you are having someone who's immunocompromised in your home, or somebody who you're particularly concerned about that could suffer very serious consequences of COVID, you may want to try taking additional measures, some of those mitigation steps that we have known about and we've taken since the beginning. You know, washing your hands very frequently, washing frequently touched surfaces, and especially wearing a mask, particularly when indoors. So this is going to be of particular importance when you're indoors and when you're in sustained contact with people who could be not vaccinated or potentially at high risk for contracting COVID and suffering serious consequences, even if they're vaccinated. The vaccines are very, very effective, but they're not 100%. So there is still a reason to protect some of the most vulnerable around us. So if you have someone in your life that is in that type of circumstance, I would still recommend that you wear a mask indoors, if you're around crowds or if you're with that person, just for their protection.